Hello, everybody. Hello. I wanted to be a little extra with showing off some of the new the stream assets. I got everything set up and it was in need of a little refresh. So, um, I don't know if all of my volume and stuff is adjusted correctly. I did my best, so just let me know if things are like super off, if something's like really loud or really quiet or anything. I already see one thing it needs fixing. This chat box is not aligned correctly. Let's get that fixed. Do, do, do. Visual settings. Maybe we can just... Nope, that's the wrong thing. We'll get it figured out. I think there we go, maybe? It's good enough. I say as I continue to adjust it. There we go. But hello, everybody. Ours, hello. That was so extra in the best way possible. Yeah, it was a little extra, but I just thought it'd be fun. This whole theme is a little extra, but like I said, I think it was time for a little refresh. Yes, Ari, hello. The clicking thing. Oh, I know. It's just like an automatic thing at this point. I don't even think about it. I swear I must have picked that up from just like listening to like ramble videos and stuff. I'm almost positive I picked it up from GB, from watching her videos. Wait, I don't know this streamer. I know it's been a little while. Oddland Lad. I have not heard of a Discord server called Nexus. I am in very few Discord servers because Discord is very intimidating. So, not me. Region. I know, once you start the mouse clicking, it's a really hard habit to break. Hello, Maypop. I'm glad you like the fireflies. I know, I thought they were really pretty too. The whole theme and everything is actually a little extra, especially like the transitions and everything, but it's fun. The dark, treacherous woods filled with fireflies aesthetic. I know, I'm very into the whole magical forest thing, so. Moth. Discord is scary. It's very intimidating. Joining new servers and everything. Ours. Probably just planning on hanging out today. I'm not planning on playing any games. We'll see, but right now I just thought I would hop on and chat. It's actually my first day of the semester, starting school back up. But Jinx, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's see, was there anything that's... And hello, how are you? I am doing very well, actually. It's California is getting some like crazy storms today, and it's been like raining and hailing and everything, but I really like storms, so it's been a nice excuse to just bump the heater up way higher than it should be and sit around with some tea and just relax. This chat box proportions are gonna bug me, but nothing I can do about it now. Jinx again, thank you. I appreciate it. You don't have to do that though, but thank you. Nekomata, yeah, I always join servers thinking like, oh, I'm actually gonna be active in this one and I'm gonna participate and converse and say hello and all of that, and then I like join and like I'll say like hi the first time after I join, and then I just lurk hard. Aw, thank you, Woony. I appreciate it, and it's nice to see you here. I apologize if there's probably going to be a lot of background noise, especially if it starts like raining or hailing again. It seems to have calmed down now, but my heater might kick on and lots of noises around the house today, so. Oh, well, now the chat's just far too much. Oh, that's the wrong thing. And that's squishing it. Let's see if we can get this adjusted correct. Maybe that would be better. We will find out. New setup, Pog. Yeah, it is time for a refresh. It had been a while. Sweet silence. No, yeah, my course load is much, much better than it was. Last semester was a lot. 6 classes was too much. Oh my gosh, Jinx, you don't... I appreciate it, but you don't have to do that. I hope you have a wonderful day as well, and I hope work is very good for you. Thank you again, and I'm glad you were able to stop by. It's been too long since I was able to stream consistently, so it's very nice getting to come back and see all of you more often. Bye, Ari. Thank you, and I hope you have fun with your outing. Definitely not water. No, it's I'm drinking tea. It's actually one of those like throat coat teas. It tastes like kind of like black licorice, I think, which I know is controversial, but I love black licorice. Do I like Star Wars or Game of Thrones? I'm not really into like live action media. I'm I like my cartoons, but I don't dislike them. I've seen the original Star Wars and then the trilogy, the prequel trilogy. I haven't seen any of the latest ones though. Aw, thank you, Hollow Light. Woony, you can't tell me what to do. Sticking it to Woony. Imagine telling Salem to hush so we can hear the rain. I wouldn't blame you. I tried to fall asleep to rain sounds last night because it was raining when I went to bed, but then I woke up at like 4 a.m. because it was like hailing and storming, and I was like, maybe I'm gonna put some headphones on. Oh my gosh, Woony, you don't have to do that. It's okay. I appreciate it, but I am more than happy just having you here. It's nice getting to hang out. Not drinking sleepy time tea. I actually have I've switched to taking melatonin out of all things, of course. The reason I have tried so many other things to try sleeping, because I've tried the ZQuil, I forget what the other one is, but it's a different main ingredient, and then those uh, what are they called? Those they're like they look almost like energy drinks, but they're like anti-energy drinks. I can't even think of what to look up except for sleepy juice. That's that's what I always called it. Now I've cursed myself. It had something to do with brains. Neuro, that's what it was. Neuro sleep. Yeah, those actually worked pretty well, but they were expensive to drink every night, and I'd been avoiding melatonin because that used to give me nightmares and it didn't work anyway, but now it seems to work for me, which is nice because it's the cheapest option. So very, very much appreciative of that. Aw, Lucid, thank you. And yes, the positive vibes are very much enjoyed. I'm glad. It's always nice just getting to hang out with everybody here. Sleepy juice for the sleepy boy. It was a sleepy juice for the not sleepy person. I was having a real rough time getting to sleep for a while there, but lately I've been going to sleep at like pretty much like midnight on the dot. The melatonin actually works surprisingly well. If I could go anywhere in the world, where would I go? Super weeb answer, but Japan. I've actually, at this point, it's mostly out of spite because I've planned two separate, actually, technically, I've planned 3 trips. 2 were ruined by COVID, and then one was years ago, a long time ago, and that had to get canceled for a whole separate reason, so. But I actually I have some plans for the future that will hopefully work out. I have to see if some things work out as intended, but we'll make it there eventually. Oh, Regent, thank you. Oh, in the office. I can imagine, but I'm glad you're risking it anyway. I'm glad you're here hanging out with us. But, yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Where would I like to go? I really want to go to Ireland too, though. Ireland is probably a pretty close second to Japan, actually. Barney, yes. New background, new transitions. When I inevitably have to go take a little snack break or something, there are some new screens for that. But, Stray Cat, good luck in the dungeon. Thank you so much. Yeah, I I actually tried Nekomata to have back when this all started, I kind of tried to take advantage of those cheap airline tickets when everybody was like, "Oh yeah, this isn't gonna last that long. We'll probably be good by the end of the year." Like, so I tried to and I knew it was a risk, but I tried to take advantage of getting some of those like dirt cheap airline tickets back when all the prices kind of tanked on everything for like an end of the year flight, and yeah, that that didn't work out. But luckily I was able to get a refund for most of it and everything. But it was one of those things that it was like I knew I was never going to see flight prices like that low again. So it was a risk, but it was worth it. Would have been great if that had paid off, but yeah, Scott. I said that like two separate words. Scotland. Scotland would be cool to go to as well. Do I play any card games? I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh when I was like younger. I would go to like tournaments and everything, and actually play in Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. I was very bad. I never won. But yeah, I played some Yu-Gi-Oh. I had Pokemon cards, never learned how to play. Magic was always far too intense for me. I don't play any card games anymore now. I play Dungeons and Dragons, and that's ooh, sorry, that's kind of loud. Actually, I don't know why I still have the spoon in my glass. I'll take that out, and that'll probably be better. Ireland, which one? I know. The one with Dublin. I can't. Oh, yeah, yeah, because it's Northern Ireland and then the Ireland that's part of the UK, correct? Sorry, I'm a dumb American. Chromium Apollo. Plan on doing any more M for M audios? Yes, eventually. I don't have any specific plans to do any right now, but I've been pretty heavy on the fantasy audios lately. I've been wanting to get back to some more comfort stuff. So I try and keep them balanced. So. A sweet silence. Most recent vid has really helped me sleep, though I was low-key giggling when you mentioned the Raven cycle. Look, I can't help myself, and I really do have they're pillowcases that have Raven cycle quotes. I love the Raven cycle, and I will mention it at every possible moment I can. Oh, they canceled the TV show they were making for it, and I was so sad. It never made it into production or anything, but I guess things just didn't work out. Do you skateboard or roller skate? Woony, I do not skateboard or roller skate. I rarely go outside. I used to skateboard when I was younger. This chat box thing is really bugging me. I really need to figure out how to align this. I'll have to figure that out at some point, but I don't know how to do that yet. Figure it out later. Do I skateboard or roller skate? No, I skateboarded when I was much younger, or rather I took skateboarding lessons. That didn't last very long because I just sort of ended up chasing bugs in the grass. Yeah, I was not particularly into it, apparently. Oh, Insomnia Void. I'm glad I could help. Happy that my videos helped you sleep. Speaking of D&D, is Sterling's hair okay? Sterling's fine. He'll be fine. Yeah, Regent D&D was great. That definitely was like, I've always wanted to play, but I found a group with some of my mods and some other ASM artists to play with and everything, and it has been amazingly fun getting to finally play and learn how to play and everything. It's been definitely a highlight of 2020 was getting a D&D group. Have I ever DM'd a game? I have not. I'm not sure I would ever really want to. I'm not really good at like I can manage to improv one character because there's other characters like that are doing their thing, and I can kind of take a step back and stuff here and again. But multitasking and improv are probably two of my weakest skills, which are highly necessary for DMing. So, probably not my thing. Maybe one day we'll give it a shot, but Northern Ireland is part of the UK and the Republic of Ireland is part of the EU. It's like when I'm like looking it all up into like as far as like travel plans and just thinking about it and that kind of thing, I can always get it straight. Oh, this chat box thing is really gonna bug me. You gotta stay in the box, chat box. I'm begging you. Oh, that was the wrong thing. That was also the wrong thing. Okay. Still doesn't look great, but this should all stay sorted. So we're gonna live with that, I suppose, until I can figure out how to get it aligned correctly. But yeah, I know, and I feel like and I feel like that's like a terrible thing. Isn't there like a isn't it not great to get Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland mixed up? I feel like that would be not a great thing to do. And I'm pretty sure I consistently do it. Like I know which one is which in my head. But when you have to think and talk at the same time, it doesn't always work out well for me. Do you want to learn any other languages? Yes. So I took like 4 years of Spanish throughout middle school and high school, and I retained very little. I would like to relearn Spanish eventually. I'm in progress learning Japanese. I actually just started the second class in the intermediate sequence at my school. That class just started today, so Japanese, Spanish, Russian seems cool to learn. Gaelic, lots. I've always thought like eventually like kind of once I know a decent amount of kanji from Japanese, that learning Chinese would be nice, just because obviously a lot of it is not the same and it's an entirely different language, but there are some characters that share similarities and stuff, and I thought it might be a little bit of a leg up for Chinese, but trying to focus just on Japanese for now. So French major with a Japanese and Korean minor. I applaud you for the work that you have to be putting into that, because one language is more than enough for me. I'm just seeing, I feel like the whole chat's going for Ivy's throat. If you like fantasy, I recommend reading the Maximum Ride series. I think I've at least seen that around. Like I've heard of it, possibly have been recommended it. I tend to stick to fantasy with queer characters in it as main characters, but I occasionally venture out of that. I'll look into Maximum Ride and give it a look-see. Bellray yelling at each other to go to bed. I feel like that's how the chat inevitably ends up. Oh, Jenna, it's okay. I consistently struggle with something every stream. I'll get the chat box sorted eventually. Ah, DG, thank you for stopping by. It was nice having you. We've made it to 30 minutes live. Aw, Sophia, thank you very much. I'm glad you find my content comforting. Yes, I'm doing much better now than I was last semester. I was a little stressed last semester. Maybe taking 6 classes in the middle of a pandemic at a new university was not the smartest idea. But we made it through it. Barney, I feel like I'm being tricked somehow. Favorite type of tree? I don't really know plants all that well, to be honest. I took a botany class once, but it was like advanced botany, and there was like a recommendation to take intro to botany at first, and I like biology. I was like, yeah, I've taken a biology class. I'll take the it wasn't like advanced botany, it was like regular botany, but there was an intro class that was recommended, and I was like, it'll be fine. It was not fine. It was very hard. I had to drop that class because I was like, nope. It was it's just one of those classes that like the first week you see the level things are already at, and you're like, I don't think this is gonna work out. What was your last D&D character like, and what class did you pick for it? He was a currently I'm playing in a different system called Stars Without Number. I tend to just kind of refer to all of it as D&D because it's the easiest way to do it. But when I played actual D&D, I was a tiefling bard, which is the LGBTQ starter pack of D&D characters. But I love tieflings, and the chaos energy of bards is fantastic. So he was actually a very chill character. He was very laid back, sort of a live and let live kind of guy. His name was well, actually I have a video with him now that I think about it. It was Cinnabar. He's the whatever the video title is. It's the something devil. Something devil. Ivy, Russian is absolutely not cool to learn. Okay, like it can't be more difficult than Japanese. Like, I don't think the grammar structure of Japanese is that hard, but just like the different alphabet and the manner that Japanese is spoken in is very, it's kind of hard for me to wrap my brain around because I'm very specific. I prefer specifics in conversation, and I prefer to be specific, and Japanese is sort of it's kind of a vague language. There's a lot that's inferred, and it can sound really strange to be specific. It's I think that's the best way I can word it, but yeah. When you are fluent enough, will you make a roleplay in another language? That would be super difficult. um, I probably won't be fluent anytime soon, but I mean it's a possibility. If so, then it's possible. The Wayward Children books. I feel like I've read something in... Have I read that series? I think the first book in that is Every Heart a Doorway, right? Yes, it is. I have read... I haven't read any more, but I've read Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire? Question mark, if that's how it's pronounced, but that's how I'm pronouncing it. But yes, it is very good. That I really enjoyed that series. Well, at least that book. I haven't read any more of the series, but oh, hey Canada. And Barney, feel free to let me know what podcast it is. Yeah, feel free to DM that to me if you'd like. There was another podcast that I was gonna check out a while back. I think it's the Magus Archives, something like that. That I've heard some good stuff about that sounded interesting, but haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm still recovering from catching up to Critical Role. that was a lot. Gentle, yes, this does mean I don't have to see discrete math ever again, and I'm so happy about it. I have one math class left. I have to take I forget what the actual name for it is because I always just call it baby calculus. But calculus with it's like calculus for business majors, something like that. But it's basically calculus without all the trigonometry. And yeah, I took calculus one time before and it didn't go very well, so I'm hoping minus the trig it'll be better. Oh, good luck, Elliot. I believe in you. You can do it. What is my favorite anime? It's hard to say. I don't really necessarily have a favorite, like of all time. Like I have new favorites that I think are like better in every aspect than older anime, but I also have old anime that's like sentimental. I would say if I had to pick a favorite, it would definitely be Inuyasha. But like some of the new shows I've been watching that I've really enjoyed, I've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen. What else? Skate the Infinity. That one's very funny. I really enjoy that. The main character's dynamic is very cute. What else? Demon Slayer. I'm gonna give Kimono Jihen a try. What else? I think that's the stuff I've been watching lately. Hey, Sweet Silence. Yeah, sometimes you gotta just drop a course. Like it's not worth it sometimes. You gotta save your sanity. Comforted by a friendly devil. That was it. See, I totally remember my own my own video titles. Thank you, Night Coder. I appreciate the refresher for the title that I absolutely and entirely did not forget. Do you like to draw? I used to. I drew a lot in high school, but it was one of those things that I did like between classes and in classes and stuff a lot, and kind of fell out of the habit after I graduated and never seemed to get back to it. I would like to, but just I have too many things that I want to learn. I want to learn piano and guitar and Japanese and Spanish and too many things to learn, not enough time. Yeah, I think Inuyasha is good. Mind Pack, if you remember the time that it was made in. It's a fun show, but I mean it's one of those things that's like hard for me to recommend, despite how much I love it. But I mean, I actually have seen a surprising amount of people that have gotten into it in recent years and enjoyed it, but which kind of surprised me, but okay, ours, but here's the thing. I don't remember the time that I forgot Finn. So I forgot the time that I forgot, which means it didn't happen. Insomnia, I have actually read, I've read all of the, I don't know what the different series are called, but I've read all of the, the Rick Riordan books. Let me, it's gonna bug me if I can't remember the, yeah, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I've read all of the books in that series. I think I would have preferred them if I had read them in book format, but I listened to them in, I used Audible and I listened to all of them on my drive to school and back. And they were good, they were fun, but like the narrator did a great job, but it was definitely played more as the like middle grade, like sort of more aimed at children's book. They definitely played up kind of the cartooniness of some of the villains and everything, and it was that took me out of it a little bit, but I am excited to see the series I think Netflix is developing. Once you get over 100 videos in your catalog, yeah, we'll see if I can even manage to do that by the end of the year. I think I'm at like what 60 or something like that. My pace is very slow. Yeah, 61 videos, and it feels like I have I can't even believe I have that much. Double negative doesn't count. If you forget that you forgot it, then it never happened. Exactly, Barney. You still have all of your savings. It's all still there. Oh, maybe was that Disney Plus that adapted. I almost said adopted. That adapted Percy Jackson. I knew somebody was doing it. I couldn't remember if it was Netflix or who it was. Well, I appreciate it, Jacob and Maypop. It's it's just funny to me. I have no problem with my own pace or anything. I know that it's a comfortable workload for me to do one video a week. Like I see people that do like 3 videos a week, and I'm like, how do you do that? I wish I could do it, but also like I've tried, and I don't want to burn myself out. And we've all got different limits and different amount of energy and all of that. So unfortunately, mine limits me to about 1 video a week, but it is what it is. Ours is convinced my current Stars Without Number character is my true form, and honestly, ours, you're not entirely wrong. My wacky bird boy is just sort of he's me before the filter, before my thoughts hit the filter. He is my unstrained thoughts. Do I do any singing? I would like to one day. Half of that sentence didn't even come out. I would like to one day. I would like to actually take vocal lessons because my singing voice is really bad. It's real bad. And that's like even in my videos and stuff, I can't really change my pitch or anything very well. I have not very good control over my voice, and I would like to learn to do that eventually. Hey, Woony, welcome back. Disney Plus is doing Percy. Netflix is doing Kane Chronicles. I am not familiar with Kane Chronicles. I know there's like a... Is that the books that follow? Okay. He's got... you know, I never realized Rick Riordan had so many series until I was like looking him up after I finished the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, and then I realized like he's got like all of these other like trilogies and stuff. I'll have to give him another look one day, but I currently have a lot of books that I really want to get through. No, Barney, I promise it's real bad. Like, I have a pretty good cognizance of what I am bad and good at, I feel like. And you remember that time? I don't know if you were there for that stream, but I think you were, when everybody was like trying to get me to do a New York accent. They were like, oh, I bet you can do accents. I bet it's fine. You're just saying you're not good at it. And then I did it, and everybody was like, oh, you weren't kidding. I promise this is the same situation. Kane Chronicles is about Egyptian myths. That sounds cool. That's nice to see a mythos outside of Greek and Roman mythology get used. I always want to do stuff outside of the traditional like Greek and Roman mythology, but it's just like that, and Norse is kind of getting to be a bit commonplace, more so in recent years, but it's like one of those things I want to get away from using those, or at least explore some different mythologies, but it's just hard because, you know, those are the ones that you know about, and I think that's why they continue to come up in cultures, just because that's what people know about, both audiences and the actual creators behind books or shows or whatever. So, like, you sort of have, even if you don't know like a lot about mythology, you sort of have like an innate feeling of like the kind of dude that Zeus was or whatever. Like, I feel like most people that have any semblance of interest in fantasy like have that kind of feel, whereas, you know, like, even if you read like a lot about gods in Egyptian mythology or any other mythos, like, it's, you don't necessarily have like that innate feel from watching a lot of other media and everything with those, with that pantheon in it. I don't know if that made any sense, but I hope it did. New York or Salem is an experience. It certainly is. I'll agree with you on that. Well, I'm always like trying to. I'm always like I'm pushing the audiobook agenda. But Jacob, I know I tend to struggle with reading like actual books. Um, so if you ever get a chance, I really highly recommend trying out audiobooks. I mean, like once I started using audiobooks, like I was going through books way faster. And there's actually a cool website that I like to use a lot. It's called Libro.fm, and you can actually um, buy audiobooks and support local bookstores as well, which is really cool. You can like find a bookstore near you, and like a portion of every purchase that you get goes to like local independent booksellers. You're not wrong, Mooney. I am a West Coaster through and through. I am all Californian. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, ours. I do definitely enjoy Greek mythology. It's also nice to see other stuff that you don't necessarily have as much experience with, or that there's more of a not a mystique factor. I can't figure out how to word it, but there's more of a they're a little more fresh, I guess. But yeah, I mean, obviously, Hades is like I love Hades. I enjoy the heck out of that game. So while I definitely enjoy seeing other mythologies, um, I still definitely enjoy Greek and Roman stuff quite a bit as well. Dakota, enjoy your yoga class. Antler. I heard like the hey, I'm Dork in here in like the New York accent in my head, and it sounds so ridiculous. I wish I could do the accent to like make that a real thing, but New York Salem the first time was more than enough New York Salem. Yeah, I can see how that would be a problem, Olivia. Yeah, I've fallen asleep a couple times listening to audiobooks, but I think a lot of the time, I, I tend to listen to them while I'm either doing stuff, or most commonly was I would listen to them while I was in my car. I don't really like listening to music in my car. Um, so that was a nice way to kind of fill some silence and get through books that I enjoy. The narrator is really important, though. I mean, like you definitely have to find stuff with good narrators. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sea Fable. That's a good point. There's um, an app called Libby as well that Sea Fable mentioned, and if you have like a local library card, you can sign up with Libby, and you can actually get like audiobooks through your library. Cottonmouth, yeah. Um, I'm trying to practice an accent right now. I'm trying to pick up a French accent for my next D&D character. For well, it's not for D&D. It's for we're playing Vampire the Masquerade, and I'm doing a ritzy French boy, and we'll see. It's coming along okay, I think. Better than my New York at the very least. There is more than enough New York Salem. Once was more than enough. Short-tempered New York elf makes you a panini. That is certainly a video right there. What type of music do I listen to? I don't really listen to a lot of music. I don't know. I'm just not much of a music person. Like I know that sounds funny to say after saying I wanted to learn instruments, but like I'm kind of like fascinated with the idea of playing instruments, and I like some music. Like it's not like I don't listen to any at all, but I think I'm also just very picky. I tend to like one or two songs from any given artist. Um, the kind of music I guess that I like would be sort of in that alternative category that's like super unhelpful and undescriptive. But like some of the more popular artists that I like, Hosier has a few songs I like. Who else is there? That song by Lord, Royals, that was like all over the radios quite a few years back. That I really enjoyed. Somebody that I used to know from Gautier, Aurora, Billy Talent. Now I'm just looking at my Spotify. Yeah. I think that, funny enough, the person I listen to the most songs from that I like the most, if anybody is also subscribed to, well, he doesn't make videos anymore, but Leo Audio, he is doing music now, as his artist name is Ferenc, and I love a lot of his songs. He's got some really great music that I really enjoy. I think out of when we got our like Spotify 2020 like results at the end of last year, I think like he was like by far the artist that I had listened to the most. But I would really highly recommend checking Ferenc out. Very, very good music. I think my favorite song is probably, it's between Hospital and what's the name of the other one? Your Ghost. But those are a little more somber. He's got some more upbeat stuff. I'm just looking again at my Spotify, seeing Yudake, Coffee Shop Love, Perfeito. Those are probably some of my favorites from him. Never forget Texan Salem. Please, always forget Texan Salem. Never remember Texan Salem. Yeah, it's not necessarily like a lyric thing, Scarlett. There's some stuff that I like with no lyrics. I tend to prefer stuff with lyrics. But I have a few things in my Spotify that don't have, that are lyric free. Texan Salem haunts my dreams. Hey, Audial. Nice to see you. Studio Killers. I don't believe I have. Do I like travel? I really haven't traveled much. I think it's something, honestly, as much as I hate to say this, I'm probably going to enjoy the idea of, like, or enjoy in theory more than I necessarily actually enjoy it because I am a massive, massive hermit. I am hugely introverted. um, so I get burnt out very easily. Texan Salem is cursed. I think there was... Isn't there a song? Hold on. I saw somebody mentioned Tool in the chat, and I thought I remembered a song that was made by like an... Oh, thank you, Coder. I appreciate it. I just have to look this up to make sure before I say something dumb. Yeah, there's a song I like called something counting bodies like sheep to the rhythm of the war drums. I think is one of the lyrics. Yeah, that's the title. It seemed like a very long title. It's kind of a metal-ish song too by A Perfect Circle, which I think had a few members of Tool in it. I'm not big on metal. I'm kind of sensitive to noise. So yeah, audio, that's for sure. Big airports are very overwhelming. I had to I was visiting a few friends quite a few years back, and I stopped in the Denver airport. Oh no. Luckily somebody was very kind and saw that I looked terribly lost and was like, hey, where do you need to go? Like, this is how you get there. You have to like take like a train across that airport. It's very immense. Luckily, my local airport that I usually try to fly in and out of is literally like, there is one direction you can walk in. You cannot possibly go to the wrong place. It's like, it's a very small airport and it's fantastic. Hey, Hollow. Nice to see you. Over. What are you up to, Hollow? It's pretty... What time is it for you over there? It's gotta be like midnight-ish or something, right? Well, glad to have you stop by. Ah, gotcha. That's right, because this would be about the time that we started, roughly. I always like remember it's like, God, like 4 a.m. for you whenever we start like finishing like D&D, and I'm like, oh god. The fact that your brain functions that well that late is insane to me. Like, I used to be able to stay up till like 4 and 5 a.m. and stuff all the time, but I certainly wasn't functioning. Yeah, I feel that. I know, I've been trying to go to bed at midnight, and I feel like I was always like most productive kind of in that like midnight to 2 a.m. kind of time, and now I just feel like I get nothing done. Well, glad to see you here, Lex. Glad you can make it and join us. Yeah, insomnia. When I was younger, I was super not into school. Like, I was like, I'm gonna be a hairstylist. I don't need any of this. And then that didn't work out very well for me. Turns out that I actually really hated working in cosmetology. Because I was not anywhere near enough of an extrovert for it. There's way too many people. So, had to go back to school. And I actually like school much more as an adult. Um, Now that it's kind of a choice and it's not something that just feels obligatory, and the fact that I'm paying for it certainly helps add some motivation. But yeah, I enjoy it much more than I think I would have if I went straight into university out of high school. Hollow, I'll do your hair, but I don't know if you want me to do your hair. You may think you want me to do your hair, but I'm a little out of practice. It's been some time. I occasionally do family's hair from then and again, but oh, that's rough audio. I know I had to anytime I have a school schedule that's like morning based, or back when I used to work when I had to go in the mornings and stuff, like my circadian rhythm is just not built for that. Like it has to be off cuz I feel terrible in the mornings. It's not my time of day. Yeah, hollow for sure. Like I really think having some separation between like high school and going to university is very helpful, because I think if you go straight into university, obviously this isn't true for everybody. This was just my experience, but I would have certainly gone into university with the same like mindset that I went in that I had in high school, which was just sort of like kind of like, admittedly, I was a very much one of those people that was like, do the minimum, I'll scrape by, like I don't really care that much. And yeah, and obviously, like, in college, or in university, you have to remember, like, in high school, admittedly, like, will that hurt you? Yeah, probably a little bit. But in university, like, when you're actually studying the stuff you need to know for when you're no longer in school, um, and you're going through all of it with that mindset of like just scraping by, and I'll just pass the test, I don't really need to remember any of this, that it's more, a little more detrimental. So like I said, having that separation and coming to university with a fresh mindset of like, this is something I really want to do and I really want to learn about it, was very helpful. But that's my that's my old boomer school rant. Yeah, I feel that doing taxes is just like guesswork half the time. Maybe Papa. I see. I did the opposite. My grades are, I would say, are pretty good now. But man, in high school, I was definitely like a 2.5 student. I tend to retain stuff well enough that I could pass tests and then just scrape by, like doing the minimum amount of homework and all that. But it wasn't the best way to go about it. Bye, Coder. Thank you for stopping by. TurboTax helps. Yeah, I this is gonna become an adult stream where we talk about taxes and career paths. Hey, that would be great, Insomnia. I honestly, I love seeing how much LGBTQ representation in fiction has grown in the past few years, specifically in like fantasy fiction. I thought that might give you a heart attack, ours. But yeah, like, because a lot of the fiction that used to be about queer people was specifically about their queerness, which is great, and I think that's something that certainly is has merit. But I also think that in the same way that a lot of, fiction involving straight people is not about their straightness, I think, or about their straight relationships. Um, I think it's also very nice to have, fantasy fiction and sci-fi and all that about queer characters that is not necessarily about them being queer or about the queerness of their relationships. It's nice to see it just in a setting where it's very normal, or very, very normalized, rather. Hollow Light, yeah. I'm setting the boomer bar. Caution, adult content ahead. Doing taxes, indeed, may pop. For real, taxes are coming up, and I'm like not looking forward to it. Yeah, for sure, audio. There's a lot of authors I found recently that has been queer content written by queer authors, and I think that's something else that's been very nice to see. Writing novels about gay people doing taxes. Aw, thank you, Justin. I appreciate it, and we definitely are getting more M for M eventually. I don't have anything planned, but I mean, that's still something I want to do because I enjoy contributing to more M for M audios. I enjoy contributing to that niche. In which ours and Hollow just go for each other's throats in the chat. Rat Boy collab when? Oh my god, that the Rat Boys. Look. It's like one of those things I'm like caught between like it has to happen and it cannot happen. But you know me, I am awful at actually getting together any collaborations that I talk about. So, we'll see. We'll see if my bird brain can ever actually make it happen. I know, Salem juice and snack time, so we can see those transitions. You know what? That's a good point. I think I am gonna go. My throat's getting a little dry. I'm gonna go grab some juice real quick. So I will be right back. Hello. We are back. And we have grape juice. We have grape juice that tastes a little bit like black licorice tea, which is not great. It's not terrible. I can drink it. Shouldn't have. I set my tea bag in a different cup and then I used that cup, and bad idea. Bad choices were made. Who made the visuals? No, it's not actually. It's like it's not like grape juice. It's like flavored water. It's kind of like grape Kool-Aid, but without the sugar. But who made the visuals for the stream? It's Visuals by Impulse, I believe, is the name. It's actually like a whole set you can like buy of like transitions and stuff. Yeah, Visuals by Impulse. And actually, that reminds me, I wanted to put up this. Let's see, I think I have everything. Yes, because this was the old background I had used without like my dark filter on it. And I just wanted to rep that artist a little bit because they were very kind in allowing me to use that art as oh, Kitty wants in. 1 second. Come on. But yes, they were very kind in allowing me to use that art as my stream backgrounds. So I just wanted to show some appreciation for them and let everybody know where they can find them if they enjoy that art. Oh, now I got the hiccups. Yeah, my cat is very loud. That was like through a door too. Justin, well, thank you, and I hope you enjoy your quartet, quintet, however many people join in the Backstreet Boys singing. Okay, this was a bad decision. My flavored water smells like tea, and it's like, you guys remember that what was it? It's like the ketchup. It was like green ketchup and purple ketchup and stuff that came out like years and years ago. This is a long time ago. It was, I want to say it was like in a promotion for like the Shrek movies, and like so many people could not eat it just because like the color of it like was just like repulsing them, even though it was just regular ketchup. Like that's like sort of the same feeling I'm getting because I'm like looking in my cup and seeing like purple grape juice, but I'm smelling like licorice tea, and it's very disconcerting. Yeah, I actually see when I was a kid, I mean, obviously, you know, you're a kid, it doesn't bother you. Like, you're just like, oh, cool, green ketchup or purple ketchup or whatever. I think I could still eat it as an adult, but yeah, I remember having like teachers that talked about it and they were like, nope, can't do it. Getting them 2000s war flashbacks now. Audio pulling out the cursed memories tonight. Somebody said roll for beverage save. I'm gonna do that. Let me grab my dice. Let's see what dice do I want to use. Let's use my solid metal dice. I have a set of like just ridiculous like bright silver metal dice. Let's see what I can get here. You'll probably hear the thud of it on my desk. What is somebody says? I swear I saw somebody. Yeah, crit fail on T. Roll beverage save. This is not even going to be dice ASMR. This is like super heavy metal dice. You'll probably hear the thunk. I can hardly even read this dice. It's so shiny. Hey, not so bad. That was a 17. That seems like I saved, right? Let's see now. I do have some of my my regular dice for dice ASMR. But my metal ones probably won't work very well for that. Yeah, that dice really does say clunk. No, like I said, there's solid metal dice. What mic do I have? I have, what are they called? The King Bee from Neat. I'm actually going to probably cover the equipment and stuff that I use in a future video. I would like to make a kind of a how-to video, not necessarily a guide, but just like on my process for making ASMR and everything. Bye, Cronium. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, I would like to make a. Now all the chat names are blue and the. OBS, I'm begging you. Please. Well, anyway. Yes. Yeah, I plan on making a video on sort of like my process and the equipment I use and audio editing, that sort of thing. I can say clutch for you, Barney. Oh, I just realized the binaural effect on my microphone is not. It is not on. I had them set to a mono mix, but now let me very gently adjust these. But now I can go from one side to the other. And if you're wearing headphones, you'll be able to tell. I just love playing with the binaural effect. It's fun. Hey, Canada. Thank you for stopping by. I'm actually I'm trying to work on enhancing the directional effects in my audio lately. I found a couple fun plugins for the audio editor I use. So it's nice because it can give you some, actually even some like up and down, front and behind kind of directionality rather than just like the, again, just very gently move these rather than just the left and the right side. So it's nice, like the left and the right obviously is kind of the most important, but I think adding the front and behind and on top and below and all of that, I think that can add some very some fun effects. Woony. I know it's sort of a risky move. You know, not everybody's listening on headphones, and some people just have like one headphone in and all that, but it is what it is. Bye, George. Thank you for stopping by, and good luck with the homework. I can't with the smell of that. Like, it's not a bad smell. It just smells like licorice tea, but I'm drinking grape juice. It's not good. Not a combo I would have chosen. Sam throwing us in and out of ASMR mode. Let's see, do I got anything else? I don't know how... I don't do a lot of trigger sounds, so it's sort of like... If I grab something and just start using it, it's sort of like... it's like a danger. It could be good, it could be bad. We don't know what, though. Look, ours. I want my bunny boys. The cowboys are nice, but the bunny boys, oh, chef's kiss. That's where they're at. That's where it's at. I don't even remember what that race is called. I think it starts with a V, right? Vieira or something? Yeah, Vieira. Can I say clutch ear to ear, Barney? You know what? Just for you. Clutch. There you go. There's your clutch ASMR. Ours becomes a Final Fantasy developer for sale. It's gamer ASMR. That's the new vibe. I can't tell when people are coming home or if the wind is just like tearing my garage up. Nope, that's just the wind. It's still pretty, it's not like storming out anymore, but it's definitely like, it looks like is it raining still? No. No rain, just lots and lots of wind. Barney, I just love cars so much. I'm bad with cars. I'm like, I just need something that turns on and goes, and I don't need to pay attention to it. Too many I've had too many car troubles. I'm so over it. I had like one car that like I bought from a used place like a long time ago that it like Banks, you gotta stop doing that. Sorry, cat interrupting. But yeah, I had bought a car that like didn't even work properly, and the place wouldn't take it back, and it was a whole fiasco. And then got another car, and that worked for like a year. And I do not have a good track record with buying cars. Oh, bye, Olivia. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, cargo burr is pretty much my understanding. Banks, you gotta stop. I'm not doing that. My cat has an automatic feeder, so he likes to like try and stick his paws up into it to like move the like the gears inside of it. It's not like dangerous or anything, but like he will just he's a very food motivated cat. And he knows like sometimes he can get like an extra like kibble out, just a single kibble if he can get it to spin. And he's apparently it's worth the effort. Oh no, Barney. Oh. Yeah, that's especially if you find something like reliable. That's rough. Thanks. What color is your cat? He is. He's gray, but he's not like solid gray. He's kind of got like the darker gray, like little like spots and stripes ish, and then he's got white paws and a white belly. The junky first car that I got was a. I know it was a Mitsubishi, but you know, it looked nice and it was fairly inexpensive, and I know. But no. It wasn't a Mitsubishi. First one was a Saturn. And then a Mitsubishi. Now I'm in a Ford. Yes. The Saturn junked out immediately. The Mitsubishi lasted a little while. The Ford has been much better. What made me get him was the fact that I had a low budget and they were in the budget. They were the best option in the budget. So I saved some more, got some help and everything. Luckily, I was very fortunate with the car I was able to get now, because that car had to hold me up driving like some 2,000 miles a month going to school and back. I put a lot of wear and tear on that car, on the car I have now, so it's been much better. Oh, absolutely, Cottonmouth. If there was like a reasonable like bus or train or something I could have taken to school, much would have preferred that. I do not like driving. I very much do not like driving. It's a lot of things to be doing at once for me. Multitasking is not my strong suit, and generally if somebody else in the car can drive, they are the ones that are driving. Like I always joke with my family that they are not safe drivers, but they're good drivers, and I'm kind of the opposite. I'm a safe driver, but I'm not a good driver. Have I named the car yet? I have not. I am not much for naming. My both of the pets I have were actually named by a friend of mine. I'm just not very good at it. If I can't just slap a name like a mahogany on something, then it's difficult. Yeah, Cottonmouth. I wish I could have taken the bus to and from my school, but my classes, like my classes at my old school, usually went from like noon to like 9 p.m. and like the buses were only like, all the buses were like 6 a.m. buses, came back at like 5 p.m. like because I live in a pretty small town, and so it was quite a drive from my town to my prior college. So Look at your spice rack and get some ideas. Like that, just how I've named half of my characters. But yeah, even just gosh, driving that much, like I was going, I was not, it was not, I was near the end of my rope by the time that I transferred to my current school, and now obviously everything is online. So, but yeah, I remember seeing this article that talked about like something about like a certain amount of transit every day is like akin to like basically like mental torture. And I was like, yeah, I could see it. I started going a little I was a little unhappy by the end of that there. But it was a very nice view. For as long as a drive as it was probably as nice as it could have been. I had like a nice ocean view and everything. So remind me what's an oleander again? He's a grump is what an oleander is. He's a grumpy boy. My tsundere centaur. No more rope, only Tylenol and chaos. That's yeah. That sounds about right. Yeah, I mean it was a very nice drive, but like I can't imagine having to do that like 5 days a week. That would just not be great. For me anyway. Like I said, it's the people that are more okay with driving. But driving is just like constant stress for me. I had a family member who had asked me to how I felt about going through LA because they were trying to find like a ride to like LAX or something one time, and I was like, I am so sorry, but I absolutely cannot. Like, I get stressed driving in my little town. Like, I physically have to like put my head down when I'm going through LA, like with friends or to conventions or anything, like back when that was a thing. But like I just could not look at the streets. LA is, ugh, big city driving is not for me. I think the only time I've driven through big cities is like if I was going to a convention and I would make sure that I like slept during the day and I would drive through them at like 3 a.m. on a Wednesday. Thanks, you got, yeah, it's not real time. Okay, you're gonna come over here with me. Maybe you'll meow and people can hear you meow a little. Barney, you hate driving your mom somewhere, incredibly nervous passenger. That's me and my dad. My dad is he's a good driver, but like I said, he's a good driver, not a safe driver. I'm a safe driver, not a good driver. Yeah, big city traffic. Oh, like respect to people who can do that all day, every day. Like people that commute like in and out of like LA and San Francisco and stuff. I know San Francisco at least has a little bit better of a transit system. Certainly not amazing, but you know, by comparison to the rest of what the US has. Yeah, same here, Maypop. If I'm ever in LA, like I'm using Lyft or Uber or something like oh gosh, pod like those dash cam videos of like drivers in Russia. Good Boy Audios, hello. Good to see you. Hope you are doing very well. Bellray, I've been told I'm an efficient driver. That's not really a compliment. I would consider that a compliment. I think that's a good thing. I think there are negative insinuations you could take from it, but ignore those. Just pretend it's a compliment. Oh, yeah, appreciative latte. Like I'm like a, you know, in the movies there's always like, or like in even like TikTok memes and stuff, there's like moms like clutching on like the door handle and everything. Like that's me in cars with wild drivers. I'm definitely like one of those people that's like, if you're speeding a little too much, I'm like definitely like clutching on the the door handle. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you dropping in and saying hello. I think I actually just, on that note, I think probably going to go for about 9 more minutes. Probably until the 30-minute mark of the hour for the stream, and then we will call it a night. Like I said, today is my my first day back of the semester, so I gotta go catch up with some stuff. Hey, welcome back, Insomnia. Oh yeah, for sure, Barney. I do not get... I can't with TikTok. It's like... part of me also, it's just like... It feels sort of similar to Vine. But I sort of get the... what's it called? The Uncanny Valley effect from TikTok, because it's like... So, it's like close to being what Vine was, but just not quite. It feels like an Uncanny Valley, like, robot copy. Maypop, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, Cottonmouth. I had a pretty similar experience. I would like going like 35 before you know how to drive, like when somebody else is driving going 35, you're like whatever, like sure. And then like you get in a car and somebody's like going 35 and it feels like the fastest speed in the world after the first time you've ever driven. Like I remember like being in a car and I felt like somebody was going, I can't even remember, it was so long ago, but I remember like whoever was driving, it felt like they were going so fast, and I just remember looking over and they were going like 5-10 miles below the speed limit. It's just like once you're actually behind the wheel and controlling something, it all feels much faster than it really is. Remember that? I freaked out when I drove the first time. Yeah, it definitely. The first time I ever drove was not good. And honestly, even when I took my driving test, it was sort of like, it was one of those things that was like, are we gonna have a lucky day and I'm gonna be a decent driver today, or are we going to have an unlucky day? Like honestly, I probably should have waited, but this was so long ago, I can't even remember. I feel like I needed my license for something, and I can't remember what it was. Can't remember why, but I just remember I needed to get it by a certain time, so I kind of was like I said, should have probably had a little more practice before I actually got the license, but passed the test, so hey. Oh, see, I started driving at a very late age. I don't think I started driving until, gosh, I must have been. I'm almost positive I was definitely in my 20s when I started driving. I was super nervous for it. I just like I most people are like ready to go and they're 16, and I was like, nope, no, 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 no. Maypop, yeah, when I took my first driving test, you know how they ask you like, okay, where is this control and where is this and all these different parts of the car. I kept turning them on. So she was like, "Where's your window defroster?" And I would like turn it on. And she was like, "It's okay, you don't actually have to push it. Like just show me where it is." But like I think when I for some reason I had done that when I practiced like knowing where things were. I actually like would press them and enable them. And so it was just like she like told me I didn't have to do it, and then like the next thing she told me, I like went and like pushed and like enabled or disabled or whatever. And then I just remember like putting my face in my hand and I was like, I am so sorry. And she had to be like, you're good, like it's fine, just relax. Story time. I went to a new school, hopped in a car with a bunch of teenagers, and when we came back, someone yelled driver's ed time, and I got shoved in the driver's seat. Ooh, not me. I would have got out and walked. I remember the first time I drove on an interstate, I was glad I was alone because I was very much panicking. Yeah, it took me a long time to get up the courage to go on any kind of highway or anything. Oh, Beans, you tired? Sleepy boy? He just rested his head up on my little keyboard rest. He's very cute. Cute boy. Sorry, he's a little attention hog. He's just sitting here on my lap. You got the itch? There you go. There you go. Car chat. He does deserve stream time. Some days. Some days he doesn't. Sometimes he's a nightmare. Sometimes he's a tiny little devil. Woonie, my cat is he's like a gray cat. He's got a little bit of like some darker gray spots. He's got white paws and a white belly and little white nose. Well, white around his nose anyway. He's my splotchy little boy. Apparently I'm getting sleepy too. Glad you could make it, Insomnia. It was nice having you here. I'm sorry you had a bad afternoon, but I'm glad we could make it a little better. But that is the 5:30 mark. Oh, Banks, don't put your paw on my keyboard. I appreciate everybody stopping by. I'm going to be trying to stream a little bit more often. We'll see if I get back to the every Monday. I want to make sure I get my upload schedule is sort of the most important thing. So I need to catch up on that once I have a little backlog and everything. But I will certainly be streaming when I can. Hopefully that'll be let's say every other Monday is probably a possibility. Maybe back to the normal Monday streams, but I don't want to I don't want to be doing weekly streams if I'm not going to be able to do weekly uploads. Don't want to just turn into not that there's anything wrong with it, but I just don't want to turn into more of a streamer channel than an ASMR channel, But still, it was very nice hanging out with all of you. I hope to see you soon. Thank you for coming and having a good time with me. It was nice seeing all of you again. So I'm going to go get some rest. I will probably go take a little nap with my kitty. And I will talk to you all later. Have a very good night. Bye-bye.